You never see Donald Trump around strong, intelligent women. That's the quote, Mark Cuban. I gotta say, I have known you and respected you and loved you for a really long time and have watched every single one of the comments you've made over the last several months. And I don't agree with them, but I respect them. And what you just said there is disrespectful and it crosses the line. How about Tulsi Gabbard? Let me ask you about Tulsi, your friend Tulsi, right? At the end of the day, if she had not left the Democratic Party, I bet that you would think that she's strong and intelligent, but because she crossed the line, she's not. Maybe more importantly, how about personally? We know each other. You and I sat next to each other. Remember at the IU basketball game when Bob Knight came back 4.5 years ago? Me and my daughter for a couple of hours, and you sat and you talked to, forget about me, how about my young daughter, who I think is intelligent, who looked up to you? How about your own daughters? What if someday they decide to think differently than you with their politics? Are they not strong and unintelligent? What is that? You talk about not being divisive, and look at what you're doing. Shocking, because I thought I knew who you were in your heart and your core. I know you're a damn good businessman, and this is just stupid. I don't get it, Mark. Not okay.
Heads up. Mark Cuban just said, and I quote, "There are no strong, intelligent women around President Trump." Cuban's words are mean, sad, and misogynistic. And the left can't even define what a woman is. I am evangelist Alveda King, and I pray for my friend, President Donald John Trump.
Look, I don't know where Mark Cuban is today, but as a woman, I have questions. I want to know, are you big enough, are you man enough to apologize and take responsibility for what you said?
I doubt it. Yeah. The audacity behind that comment, the hubris behind it, the cavalier quality, how easily it rolled off his tongue, that he could, with a broad brush, afforded a billionaire, a reality TV star, to say to all of those who served in the military, in the administration with Donald Trump, those incredible, strong, intelligent female leaders, the best of us, the treasure, that they are not strong, that they are unintelligent, and to say it with a straight face, thinking it would be applauded. That is garbage.
Hey, it's Kellyanne Conway with a special message for Mark Cuban and all the other misogynists that support Kamala Harris and love to spew hateful, divisive, sexist rhetoric. Recognize this place? This is the Ellipse, where presently a strong, intelligent woman is speaking without a teleprompter. Recognize that place? That's the White House. Your handpicked candidate, Hillary Clinton, lived there as wife of a president, but not as the president. Donald J. Trump beat her, in part because he is unafraid to surround himself with strong, intelligent, capable men and women. Whether it's Joe Biden calling us garbage or Mark Cuban denying our strength and intelligence, I'm here to stand up and speak up for the tens of millions of strong, intelligent women who November 5th will vote for peace, prosperity, security, safety, fairness. Thank you, and God bless you.
And that attack by Mark Cuban was an attack on tens of millions of hardworking women across this country. Moms, grandmothers, daughters, sisters, friends. You have women from the factory floor to the executive suites, veterans, Gold Star mothers, Gold Star wives who proudly support President Trump. It is a disgrace, and Democrats have an uncanny ability to say what they think, to show their disdain for the American people. And just 2 days ago, Joe Biden, the sitting president of the United States, called 250 million Americans garbage. And then we have Kamala Harris's top ally basically calling women who support President Trump weak and dumb, saying that you can't be strong and intelligent to support President Trump. That is the disgraceful closing argument that Democrats are making. The Trump campaign, their closing argument is he's going to secure the border, save the American dream, grow the economy, and bring back peace through strength. He will fix this broken mess that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have created.
Mark Cuban's claims that Trump does not surround himself by intelligent intelligent, strong women is absolutely ridiculous. But Mark Cuban does not relate to an average Trump voter, does he? He doesn't care about financial security. He doesn't care about preserving this nation for the next generation. And he doesn't care about the safety of its citizens. Mark Cuban is a billionaire, and he is frankly the poster child for money cannot buy class. He's supporting a party that can't even define the word woman. He's supporting a party and a person that's harmful to women, children, and the unborn. And let me tell you a little bit about some of the women I got to know in Trump's circle. Great, strong, smart women like Brooke Rollins, like Paula White, like the great Alveda King, like Caroline Levitt, like Kayleigh McEnany, Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Anna Paulina Luna, Marjorie Taylor Greene, just to name a few. And as far as being strong, happy to meet you at the gym anytime, Mark.
And I just apologize, y'all, that I'm making another video to this, but this was just on my heart, man. You know, because I'm just completely disgusted with everything we've seen take place, you know, this year, just this year alone, you know, these last couple of months. You know, the world we live in, man, America isn't America anymore, man, and it's heartbreaking, y'all. It really is. You know, and some of the things that have been said live on air, man. Live on air, and I don't know how do you let this come out live on? How do you say stuff like this, man? You know, and we're not surprised that that this was coming from The View, The Spew. You know, and I don't know how anybody in 2024, no matter where you stand on Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative, independent, whatever, how you can watch The View in 2024. You know, those women on there, it's just, it's pathetic, man. I just don't see how anybody can watch it in 2024. But you come on live and say this?
Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple. Donald Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever. It's just that simple.
You know, again, we've seen his ridiculous, pathetic comments this campaign, and literally on his knees praying to Kamala Harris, and just beta, no testosterone. But how can you stoop this low, man? And it's been nothing but insults and just attacking people, belittling people. I mean, it's disgusting with the left, man. It is disgusting with the left, y'all. But just watch deranged Mark, and I mean TDS stage 4. Watch him get checked. Watch him get set straight. You got to love to see it, man. Check this out.
Dana, I love you. You're so wrong. Trump, inflation was up 25% over the Obama economy he inherited. Ask him about Yemen, where he decided not to take action and allowed 100,000 people to keep on dying in Yemen. Talk to him about his tariffs. What worked with his tariffs? He had 4 years to make tariffs work with China. China kicked his ass. China took him to court, right? Because he didn't know how tariffs worked, and it hurt the economy. The economy was rolling along, and it got so hit by the tariffs that his appointment to the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, had to come back in and cut interest rates 3 times. And then we get to the real point of reckoning, the pandemic. And what does he do? He says, if we don't test people, the viruses didn't really happen. He holds back on resources, except for Vladimir Putin, to keep people from getting healthy. That is not an accomplished president, Dana. He has not done anything. What he got, he inherited. You know what? His administration was the same as his personal wealth. He inherited it.
I got to jump in with course corrections here. Number one, the real wages, which is really the only economic barometer for the folks, was up 8.2% in the 4 years Trump was president. 8.2 across the board for working Americans. Fact. Under Biden-Harris, it is around 1%. No COVID pandemic. They have failed. Number two, inflation didn't start because Putin and the Arabs did anything. Inflation started, and I don't know whether you know this, Mr. Cuban, but Biden signed in his first week in office at least 20 executive orders, making it harder for every fuel company to harvest their product, whether it be fracking or oil or anything. The fuel company said, holy you know what, we're going to get hosed because our prices to get the stuff out of the ground are quadrupling, so we're going to do it retail now. That's what ignited it, not Putin and not Saudi Arabia. That is the truth.
Guys, check this out. First, we have Joe Biden calling all of us garbage. Now Mark Cuban has come out and said that there's no strong, intelligent women supporting Trump. Wait, hang on. I got to fit in this set. Here's the problem with Mark Cuban. He suffers from low testosterone. The guy looks just like Rachel Maddow. And here's his issue. He's actually intimidated by strong, intelligent women like me. Graduated from UGA with a business degree. I run a very successful construction company in Georgia. And now I'm going on my third term in Congress. I love guns, especially AR-15s, and I support President Trump. Mark, I suggest you get some HRT and hit the gym.
Yeah. On Miracle, Mark, because now you know what a woman is. All before this, you didn't know what a woman was because your party didn't. But now that you have an astronomical amount of women voting for President Trump, you magically know what a woman is. But guess what? I used to think that you were intelligent, Mark, because you're the Shark Tank guy. You're the guy that owns basketball teams. I mean, you were supposed to be a smart business guy. How could you say something like that? It's bad for your branding. It's bad for your brand, but you're so desperate to get Kamala Harris and you want to shame women into voting for the woman that we don't agree with. So it's okay that you don't agree with President Trump. So it's also okay for us to not agree with Vice President Kamala. But you being a businessman, you should know what costs are like. You know for a fact that interest rates are sky high. You know for a fact that groceries are sky high. You know the cost of everything is sky high because the cost of fuel is sky high. So we being women, most of us have to take care of our households. We know that coffee is like almost double. We know that eggs are through the roof. We know that milk is through the roof. We know that interest rates are up. We know that it's hard to get insurance. We know that insurance is sky high. We're not stupid, Mark, but you probably don't feel any of that because you're a multi-billionaire and you're shouting down to us from your ivory tower telling us that we're stupid. How dare you? Don't you know what women had to go through to get where we are today? We couldn't vote until the 1920s. Even black men had the right to vote before white women because of the 15th Amendment. So, Mark, you need to really probably draft an apology to half the women of the United States of America. And I have already voted for President Trump, but I'm going to continue to fight for him. Women for Trump, Trump 2024, baby. Mikhail Bartholomew here.
Beta male Mark Cuban again reveals Democrats only value the viewpoints of women who agree with them, ignoring the fact that his preferred candidate, Kamala Harris, can't string two coherent sentences together without a teleprompter prepared by her male handlers. Piling on to the obvious sexism, the real takeaway here is Cuban mansplained this message on The View to a panel of women he thinks are intelligent. Or compliant, as Democrats prefer. Cuban's comments are targeted onslaught against free-thinking Americans voting for President Trump on the heels of Biden calling Trump supporters garbage. Apparently, Cuban wanted to focus Biden's analysis and make clear that all mothers and daughters supporting President Trump are dumb. Well, Well, let me tell you, I'm a mother and I am supporting President Trump. And there are so many other strong women that are standing in support of President Trump today. Mark Cuban continues to expose the elitism, the identity politics, and all that's wrong with the left today. We need to make sure that this never bleeds into American politics again. Free independent thinkers is where the Republican Party is. We're big tent thinkers that have welcomed every single individual, no matter what your sex is, no matter what your race is, no matter what you look like, as long as you're willing to fight for freedom, as long as you're willing to fight against tyranny and what Kamala Harris and the Democrats represent, we're here to accept you. Mark Cuban is so out of touch. Vote for President Trump.
Mark Cuban, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mark Cuban. Thank you for exposing how all of you elites really think about women, especially when you're talking about the women that Trump surrounds himself with. Are you kidding me? Some of the most intelligent women on the planet have Donald Trump surging in the polls, just like Kellyanne Conway. Yes, Kellyanne Conway led the first successful presidential campaign that a woman's ever held. Are you freaking kidding me? So thank you, Mark, for pointing out just how shallow, how empty-minded, how absolutely bottom of the barrel gutter individuals like you that do champion Joe Biden, that do champion Kamala Harris. Thank you, Mark, for setting the record straight and making it really stinking clear exactly what's going on in the minds and heads of people like you that champion Kamala. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for making it really clear, brother. Thanks for helping out this election.